Hello again everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. Today, we are back to take a look at the final two new zombie baby props from Spirit Halloween for the 2024 season, Barbed Wire and Scheming Sally. Now, if you have not already checked out my video reviewing Hiding Harry, the first new zombie baby from Spirit this year, that video will be linked down in the description below. But for now, let's get right into my thoughts on these two girls right here, starting off with Scheming Sally. So right off the bat, I will say that Scheming Sally overall has surprised me. When I first saw her images online, I wasn't all that impressed with it. However, now seeing her in person, I do actually have a more positive view of her, though still have some opinions. So she is depicted as a tan-skinned little girl wearing a bright orange dress and sitting in a kneeled position with folded hands. Her face is set in a devious little smirk there with a unique eye design of green and red eyes, and her body also features a visible blue vein throughout. Quality-wise is, fantastic, as most of the newer babies are, so no real complaints there. However, right away, my first thought was, when I saw this baby, that this seems like a concept we've already had before. And indeed we have with 2017's Deceptive Dougie. You can see him right there. Now, obviously, they are not exactly the same, but with similar poses and honestly even quite similar names, it kind of feels like Spirit just recycled the same concept with this one. She also, to me, once again, just lacks any real, zombie-like features that qualify her as a, zombie baby. And more so, just looks like a normal kid they put creepy eyes onto. I did say something very similar about Hiding Harry. And unfortunately, that kind of is a similar verdict with her as well. Overall, though, I think her in-person appearance is a lot better than she appears online, and as such, I've actually grown to appreciate her a lot more than I originally did. But overall, design-wise, I just feel she doesn't do enough as a zombie baby. But moving on to Barbed Wire over here. Now, this is definitely one of the most unique zombie babies I think we've gotten in many, many years. I very much enjoyed the play on her name. That is certainly very clever. And overall, I am very fond of the concept of this baby. So she is depicted as a pale-skinned little girl with blonde hair tied in two little pigtails up there. Her face features black and yellow eyes and a menacing expression. She has two little teeth in her mouth. Fun fact, those were not actually visible on her website stock images. I don't know why. She is also wearing a red kind of one-piece outfit here. And as her name suggests, the main feature here, however, is she is, of course, covered in barbed wire, wrapped around here, and even is holding a little piece in her mouth there. I would say she is definitely the clear winner of the three babies we got this year. She's actually also a lot bigger in person than I thought she'd be. She's actually a really big zombie baby, which I think is actually really cool. Sally, I think, is actually one of the kind of smaller new zombie babies, but Barbara over here, you can kind of see the size comparison between them. She's actually a pretty big baby. So all this being said, however, my biggest issue with this baby is, in my opinion, they really held back on the potential for what she could have been. Look, when you have a baby whose entire theme revolves around barbed wire, I honestly expected there to be a bit more of that. Here we only get really three small pieces. There's the one that goes around her back here, this little bit on her arm, and then of course the piece in her mouth. I also want to point out that this is actually plastic. It's not latex. This is actually kind of hard plastic, so these are a bit fragile. They might snap off, so just do be careful with those. But, honestly, that's all the barbed wire we get. I think I would have much preferred her entire body to be wrapped in barbed wire, along with visible holes and maybe some rips in her clothing from all these little barb bits. I think that would make it a lot more on theme with the barbed wire concept. But also, I also think she needed more scratches and maybe some cuts on her body, and most importantly, to me at least, blood. I think this is definitely a baby that needs blood involved, especially around her mouth, maybe dripping out of her mouth because she's chewing on the barbed wire, some blood on her outfit and on her body from where it's maybe cut up her a little bit. I just think overall, I'd expect a little more blood out of this kind of concept, and I just think they did not do enough with the barbed wire for what she is. So overall, I would say that this year's Zombie Baby lineup is kind of a letdown compared to the last few years. I do really enjoy the concepts they came up with. I just feel that they did not go far enough with them to get the most out of the themes. Barbed wire, as I said, especially feels very tame for what her name and concept would suggest, while Sally I feel is just too similar to Deceptive Dougie and doesn't have enough of a scare factor going for her, which again is a similar verdict I gave to Hiding Harry. So that is going to do it for my review of the new for 2024 Scheming Sally and Barbed Wire Zombie Baby props from Spirit Halloween. If you have either of these babies, let me know your own thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more Halloween and Zombie Baby content. And until next time, I will see you all later.